Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Wednesday morning live stream. Got vacation the next few days, so I'm just kind of chilling out and taking things at a bit more leisurely pace, which of course means I'm 2 hours ahead of schedule. Don't really plan on doing much of substance today. Probably get around to the Fragment Friday, which is a bit of a lead in here. Planning on doing a Wavemaster video for that. And the great thing about my Wavemaster is many large explosions. Got my tandem staffs of the Staff of Truth and the Caduceus rod, and that gives me the 6 elemental summons at their highest form. So we're going to do a quick run here. Let's do some warm-up. Head to the Dothack Network server as I see it is up. And we'll just random board just a couple fields, see if we can't just... Or maybe not, because we've got an event. How do you like that? We pull an event on a live stream. It's Desires 108, which is the New Year's event. Kind of feel like this one has a bunch of... Is it magic tolerant enemies? Gonna take a screen cap, head over to the NetSlum Discord, and go let some people know what's happening. It has been a while since I've run into an event. Absolutely love that this is how I'm starting my vacation, by the way. Got to spruce this sucker up. I have it windowed, so the screen cap itself is terrible. Wonderful little photos editing tools. Actually, how I do all of my thumbnails, too. There we go. Yeah, that is a much better look at it. So into the Area Server Events tab. And there's the call. We'll give it a couple minutes here. Pretty sure as long as you don't engage with the NPC and somebody remains in the town, it'll stay active. So I'm looking at 4 minutes on the stream now. I'll give it till the stream says 10 minutes. And if nobody shows up, then we'll try and solo this with a Wave Master. Why not? What's the worst that could happen, right? I did say things go boom, right? Pretty sure. Not sure how I am on healing elixirs. That may be the only thing I'm a little short on for this run. Make sure I got my Knight's Blood, my Hermit's Blood. Pardon if the voice is a little scratchy. So yeah, one of the things I always mention when I'm telling people about Fragment is that the seasonal events just sort of have a mind of their own. And that has shown again. Okay, we're not too bad. 88 healing elixirs, I usually roll with 90. I think we could get by with that. Got the Staff of Truth already set up. Yep. I can switch to the Caduceus Rod fairly quickly once I get back in the swing of things. Honestly, that's why I came to Dothack Network first. Figured I would head on this being a level 13 server. One of the ones that was up when I started playing Fragment about a year ago, and run a couple dungeons, see if I can't get it a little closer to that level 14 mark, and get the old finger coordination back in. Get used to changing shortcuts on the fly and what have you. But I'm equally cool with an event. Guess I could look at the status page while I'm waiting here. Almost got that magic attack up to 99. Of course, that's boosted a little by the Staff of Truth. Considerably by the Staff of Truth. 22 magic attack there. I'll get 21 magic attack from the Caduceus Rod, but either way, it's hitting pretty damn solid. Raven Crest. I mean, there's obviously better headgear, but honestly, Fel Rep and Rep Main is what I'm looking for out of it. I guess if I could get better on the resistances, that would be cool. Sublime Stole. I've got a Shadow Robes on my Blade Master's account I could change over, and then there's the Celestial Robes as well, but I like having Rig Same and Rig Game. I like being able to have both of the regens active. So Sublime Stole's kind of where I'm sitting. War God Guard, it gives null damage. Can't really argue with that. Faridon is a fun spell as well. In fact, right now I think that's what I'm using as my non-summon spell. Then I've got the Alert Graves, giving Farai Cruz, Organzot, and another bonus of null damage. I guess I could change one of those out if I wanted. What do I have in my gear? Well, I don't have anything to change to it personally, so one piece of equipment I could swap out. Coming up on that 10-minute mark. Not gonna lie, I would be thrilled to run this with one more person, just stab another person in, especially given the number of newer players who've been around lately. Haven't maybe got the chance to see an event or see the New Year's Eve one. But hey, I'm equally pumped to see if I could solo this sucker. I mean, just look at that face. That's the face of intensity there. We are primed and ready. Well, let's go ahead and give it a go. Today is New Year's Eve. My goodness, this holiday season flew. Get the keywords. If you go here, you will find the perfect item for New Year's Eve. A nice, short, sweet. I could live with that. Pull up the word list. It's a level 80 field. We're a level 80 Wave Master. The joke is, you know, within the fragment players, there's level 80 and then there's holiday 80. Normally, you could kind of cheese your way through running quickest route and everything and get through the level 80 fields pretty darn easy in the 60s. That is, of course, with a balanced party. Well, looks like we're going to start off in a pretty rough place. Don't even get to drop a fairy's orb and we are being pursued. Don't so much like that. Gonna just go ahead and get away. Well, we're gonna try and get away. Monsters seem to have other plans. Okay. Oh. Wow, they are all magic tolerant, aren't they? And there's another portal. This is going to be a nightmare. Okay, battle mode is off. Let's go ahead. Get a damn fairy's orb going, at the very least. What a wild start to this field. I think we're in a relatively safe position now. Cool. Now let's see if there's anything this field's going to give us that we could even hit outright. Well, there's a couple Infernos. That's good and magic tolerant. That is a problem. Starving Ogre, magic tolerant. The Knights are magic tolerant too. We've got 90 beast spins, and yet I feel we're kind of going to need those for the dungeon. Which, by the way, is also carefully barricaded by portals. Lucky us. I think we cleared out just enough room to sneak in. You could just see the Inferno staring at us there from the left side. So this may not go so smooth. Desires 108 had the right call looking for adventurers because he's a Wave Master. But we're going to give this a go. Almost completely ran by Mistral there. Says, I came all this way to get a rare item for New Year's Eve. This dungeon has too many monsters with magic immunity. Way too many. Awesome. So thrilled this is the exact character I brought in. So now we have to out-magic the magic-tolerant enemies for Mistral. There's one with a Beast Bane. Took a critical there. There's two with a Beast Bane. Let's go ahead, Yarthkins that. Beautiful. Just like that, all three are down. And we pick up some Miner's Gloves. We'll definitely be taking shortest route on this. Sorry to disappoint. But 90 Beast Banes aren't going to go through an all clear. So there's two. Drop down Rhynek. Nope. Hit the cannonball again. And again. See, now I'm wasting them on poor targeting. There we are. That's the one we were looking for. Our buffs wore off. That's no good. Didn't even think I was out in the field that long with them. But you got what you got. 2 battles down. Ceramic anklet. And an absolute 0. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab those treasure chests. Got more than enough spare cash, and yet I feel I'm going to be buying like 65 Beast Banes by the end of this. Absolute 0. Make that 2 absolute 0s, which I'm sure still comes to the same total number. Make that 3. 3 absolute 0s in a row. Well, at least we know the plan going in. It's going to be Beast Bane. Then once we got him in place, bring out the Rhynek. And while the Rhynek is primed, Yarthkins. Stayed intentionally close for shaky cam shenanigans. Going to just pretend that double portal room doesn't effing exist. Okay, this isn't so bad. We got one knight versus us. Wood element monster. Yeah, Temple Knight's wood element, so Yarthkins is going to do the old quad 9s. And there's 1 floor in the books. We're happy with that. Easy peas, lemon squeeze, right? Re-up the buffs. Yeah, I know, I just did a speed charm at the end of the first floor there. But heck, why not? Pretty easy floor here, just got to get past this portal and hope nothing too... Well, that's about as good as it gets, right? Picking up a permafrost and an ice storm. Pure water, nice. See if I could get more pure water, that would be great. Fitting that I got it out of the barrels, but not the crates, really. One more combatless room, and we could clear floor 2. May seem kind of cheap, but given the fact that the entire dungeon is gimmicked against my damage style, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this and run. 2 floors down, no sweat off our backs. Now we got long rooms in every which direction. No exit in sight. Can only hope that that cross room is going to give us some hint of which way to go. Otherwise, it's choose your own adventure. And if you're familiar with my fragment forays, that don't always work out the best. Is that a king worm? Oh, for Christ's sakes, it's a king worm. Fine. I will punch a king worm to death until it paralyzes me. This is what we've come for, people. This is why we're here. The epic struggle of man versus king worm is coming to light. I mean, the good news is we've done considerably more to it than it has to us. Rig same really paying off right now. Bad news is it is definitely not going to stop paralyzing us. And when we say considerably more, I mean we've done about 300 damage. Buckle up, kids. This one's getting bumpy. Did not think when I woke up this morning I would be playing, slap fight with a king worm. But that's where we are. And I can attest and have video evidence that these things are damn near impossible to hit with a beast bane. So I just kind of gave up after the first mess. There was a particular one that I went 0 for 28 against. Failed 28 times to hit with a beast bane. And I actually just kept running back and forth until I could just get battle mode off in the corner of the dungeon room. Because of course it happened in a dungeon room. And then hit a sprite ocarina to get out. So one thing I do have to watch out for here. Rig Same is going to give up the ghost kind of quick. At that point, I've just kind of got to be on the lookout anywhere near between 40% and 30% to cast foul rep when I'm not paralyzed. We're actually making decent progress, given the fact that I don't even have a Wave Master staff with decent attack boost. There are a couple in the game. This is where little character decisions actually make big impacts. I made what is possibly the worst true Wave Master, which is why at level 80 my SP pool is still in the low 300s. But I've got physical strength that the class normally does not boast. Yeah, you can see I'm down to half health now, and this thing could barely hit me before. Let's go ahead and just re-up the buffs. Let's take a second and do that. Almost got it to halfway. Simple math, 2025 is what we're aiming for on the King Worm for that old 50% mark. One more hit should do it. There you go. Now let's watch as it gains back 3/4 of that while I'm paralyzed. Game's being kind of nice so far. It's not doing the health regen thing. This may be the most epic waste of time, but I'm glad I could share it with y'all. Speed charm wore off, so I knew the knight's blood was about to wear off as well. Want to keep the physical defense nice and high. Even with the physical defense buff, it's hitting me for 147. Fortunately, we're regenerating like 29 health every tick of rig same. King Worm's not known for the blistering pace of their attacks, so we got a protect break. I could data drain. I could absolutely data drain. I'd need to go into the menu and do it, as I currently don't have an on shortcut. But y'all came here to watch me punch a King Worm to death, right? So let's do that. I think that would be the far more impressive feat. Keep it in front, keep that camera angle steady. Is it trying to run around us? Why does it keep going side to side? Takes up the whole damn hall. It's not going to evade. Down under a thou. Can tell I'm way too friggin' excited about that. I mean, even though we are statistically winning this battle handily, it has been a short forever with some remainder. And every miss. And we haven't had that many, but every time the miss pops up on one of our attacks, it just guts you a little. It really does. King Worm. What sicko came up with the idea to make the New Year's Eve dungeon all magic tall? Hats off to whoever designed this back in the day. Gimmick battles like this are kind of the most Dothack thing, because the game, even though it was a single-player franchise, really wanted to sort of immerse you into the budding MMO world. I say budding because, you know, Dothack was a thing of the very early 2000s. So they wanted to push that party play mechanic. And having a dungeon of nothing but magic-tolerant monsters is the perfect way to say, hey, there's no point in soloing. Unless, of course, you're a wave master that could punch a King Worm to death. Look at all the zero experience we gained from that. We are the champs. Dead end down to the bottom. Dead end off to the left. So it looks like we're going right. I'm going to re-up the buffs one more time before heading out. Dear God, was that way too long. And if you watched that entire battle, do me a favor. Give yourself a pat on the back for me. I obviously can't reach because it's the internet and you're probably watching this on replay anyway. But good on you. I was falling asleep and I'm the one playing. Well, thank goodness we don't have to do that twice in a row. I'll get to the protect, break, and drain this one. There's no way in hell I'm punching two of these to zero in a row. That just is not in me. This one being a touch kinder to us. Already got 600 damage to it. I guess even the game's sort of realizing the lengths we'll go to, and it's like, nah, we're not messing with you. You're crazy. Actually surprised, 0 paralyze attempts yet. This King Worm's gone berserker mode. Actually putting a pretty fair chunk of damage on us too. We're hovering at about 1,000. Of course, we've already got it down to 2,400. Hitting for those quality 27s. Oh, that time you came into a level 80 field saying, I hope I hit for 27 damage in melee. Got it under half. Got to take a healing break. Now we're just looking for that sweet protect break. Should be coming up soon here, I would think. Got it down to 1,800. First paralyze attempt and it misses. What a lucky run we are having on this one. Down into the 1,500 range. That was a miss. And we're paralyzed. Took it all the way down under 1,500 health before we got paralyzed. Unfortunately, we got paralyzed sans buff, so this is going to hurt a little. We're back. It gained some health back. It got back to 1,600 some. So that's another nice thing. It's not gaining the vast majority of its hit points when we're idled. There's paralyzed number 2. Good time to grab a drink. One more hit. Be coming out of this casting Foul Rep. Hey, that's a new one. Foul Rep seems to have broke the protection. Got a Virus Core F for our troubles, and yeah, 1836 on that punch. Far better. Let's take that Bearcat Egg. We earned it. Re-up the buffs for the, 5th or 6th time this floor. And into the next room we go, where I hope we face anything other than a King Worm. Just for variety. Thank goodness. It's 2 Temple Knights. And if that doesn't describe the situation I am in right now, where I am thrilled to see 2 Temple Knights, I don't know what else could really do it. But they go down pretty darn easy. Yarthkins, as always, there to bail us out. Guys, that's floor 3, and I believe we got our money's worth out of that one. King Worm, effing King Worm. But we got through. Now it's on to floor number 4. I want to say this is a 5-floor dungeon. May only be 4. I feel like it's a 5er, though. Very linear start. Going to re-up the buffs again, because you never know when you're going to run into a Marathon King Worm slap fight. Sorry. Still a little bit heated off that. Pick up the golden egg. Oh. We've got a Guardian. Not thrilled. Let's back up. That takes out the Knights. Niga Guardian. Hey, took the Beastbane on the first try, and then it took the Vulcan. Gotta say we're happy with that result overall. Grabbing an artisan's axe, and then a king worm battle. What joy, what fun. Oh, rapture with that end. This is going to be either the best or worst stream I've ever done, and that is purely subjective. Both opinions equally valid. It's just how you sit on absurdity. I suppose if you'd like to watch somebody repaint the walls of their house with a toothbrush, this is exactly the kind of thing you'd be in for. If you're the kind of person who doesn't see the humor in the phrase watching grass grow because it's just a great summertime activity, then perhaps watching a melee battle between a Wave Master and the King Worm is exactly what's going to get you into Dothack Fragment. Maybe, just maybe, you're the kind of person who lets your syrup sit in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes longer than you needed to chill it, just to make sure it runs down that bottle as slowly as possible, and then you hold it just barely past 90 degrees, so it's literally running the bare minimum. Yeah, one of those people that likes to just fill in every square on their waffle exactly with no drip over. Maybe you enjoyed me just taxing this comparison to death. And if so, then oh boy, is this the battle for you to watch. 37 minutes in, and I can't help but feel that if we take a look at the time breakdown, 10 minutes were spent waiting before we came into the dungeon. That puts us at 27 minutes into this dungeon. I want to say at least 15 minutes have just been King Worm. Ooh, look at that. This one's got moves. Backed us off and then tried sliding down the side passage. That is nifty. Also had another really good spell here without getting paralyzed. I know I'm jinxing it by bringing it up, but screw it, it's worth commending. Trust me, it's not every day you have this run against King Worms. A nose. Data drain. And we pick up, oh my god, the name. Kikahyumkumonji. It's a katana. It's a level 31 katana. And now it's mine. What isn't mine anymore is a speed boost, and honestly, at this point, I think it's time to re-up all the buffs. I feel like upper right is the way to go here. First, let's loot these couple safe rooms here, see if we get anything fun. Oh, there's some permafrost. And the Fool. Very fitting for a Wave Master going into New Year's Eve solo. Big ol' hallway here. And the statue room just beyond. And we pull a risky treasure. Hey! I think we did it. Ceramic anklet. Yeah, screw it. We're taking the golden egg too. We worked hard. Get into the statue room and we are given a Suzu bell, along with a health drink and a grunty doll. So taking a look here, the Suzu bell is a small bell that makes a clear sound when rang with your finger. Fantastic. You know what else we got? We got a Sprite Ocarina. Let's not walk back. Now, I believe we actually have to jump right back in the dungeon here and talk to Mistral, who wanted this bell, I believe. So we're going to come out, right back in, and I knew that portal was there, so quick dive back in, even though it seems to have just been a treasure chest. Oh, well. And she was in room 2. Yep, there she is. Say hi to Mistral. Oh, did you find a rare item? Cool, show me, show me. Gave the Suzu bell to Mistral. Oh, it's called a Suzu bell? That's amazing. Mistral's thrilled. She goes, I want it. Of course she does. It's a rare item. That's what Mistral does. She goes, would you like to trade that for one of my most prized items? Hey, want to trade? Of course we're going to trade. Hey, that's a good trade, right? It's Mistral. She goes, good? Really? Hooray, I'll cherish it forever. Mistral's happy, and then in return we get New Year's Soba. That has now been added to the key items. It's also a rare item. I had a lot of trouble getting it. Take care of your partner with healthy food. Assorted set of high-quality homemade soba. Perfect for both mid-year and year-end gifts. Cool, so apparently this is also a mid-year item as well. It's a good idea to use as a gift when the time comes. For example, trading. Ah, Mistral. Well then, I'm going home. I really appreciate it. The emoji spam is so impressive for Mistral. And out she goes. And I believe out we go as well. Really could not have called for a better event to start off the stream, or a worse way to do that. If I had my Blade Master with me, or even, you know, my long arm's 46, and I'm willing to say that it could have probably done this solo. Did just get out in time. So I want to make a quick mention to Erroneous over at Dothack Network. Turns out you hosted New Year's Eve today. Let's assess the damage. 8 speed charms. 17 beast banes. Honestly, I don't think we chewed through any consumables of note. I used 2 healing elixirs. That's it. 2 healing elixirs. That is not so bad. As you can see here, the key items, New Year's Soba, special New Year's Eve Soba set made by Mistral, Soba, soup stock, and chopped green onion. Very solid start there. Thank goodness I got that on stream. Feel like I owe you guys some explosions, though. So let's do the original intended purpose. We want something over level 13 here. There we go. There's a level 16 wood field. Let's go for that, and let's blow some stuff up. Like I said, nice chill time. Okay, we've got wood element and grassland. Should have probably bought more fairies, orbs, and things. But worst comes to worst, we could always wing it in lower fields. This turns out to be a... Well, we had 12 anyway, so even if it is a 10-floor dungeon, we've got enough to cover. Let's see what we got coming up here. Sled Dog. We don't want the Staff of Truth, then. We want the Caduceus Rod. Shortcut. Marrows. Quad nines. Well, we've got the Caduceus Rod up. Let's go ahead and set our other skills for Crake. Lancior. And Organzot. Pull a nice resurrect there. So that's my goal. First monster I'm going to see out of each portal. I'm going to try and hit elementally, which means a bit of staff swapping, but that's kind of the fun. Pair of sled dogs here, take them out at a distance. Oh, apparently there were 3. Didn't see the third, must have been just behind the first. Frost armor, continuing with our icy cold theme. Mandragora is the grunty food of the field. Hey, a lot of fire element monsters in this. Goblin wizards. Maybe that's what was behind the sled dog, since Marrows took it out so easy. Mage's Soul there. Yeah, really haven't had to try too hard here. It's just been Marrows away. Shame, too, because as you could see from that first switch, I really do need some practice on the old weapon swap. Not near as smooth as I would like it to be for emergency situations. Okay, that's Crake. No, that would have been Yarthkin's Thousand Trees. Either way, I think Crake's going to take it down. I'm fighting wood with wood. Okay, now I get a chance to do this for real as the second one pops up. Shortcuts. There we go. Shortcut back to Rhynak. Shortcut back to Vulcan. Shortcut back to Faridon. That way I've got 4 elements covered. If I wanted to make this a little quicker, I'd forego the 4th spell and just put Data Drain in there. But again, I only Data Drain as an emergency anyway, so. Time to gear swap again. Marrows. Get the sled dog to come back down this way, and boom. All in a line, and that'll take him down handily. A few more portals to wrap up here. 2 Goblin Wiz, never saw it coming. Not too interested in the Spring of Mist. Oh, what the hell, why not? Could always use more gold and silver axes, I guess. Yarthkins. See, that's more like it. That's the speed I want to go at. Technically, I wouldn't have to switch stabs on this run for a darkness element monster. Just don't see us hitting a darkness element monster, truth be told. And Marrows. Bring the sled dogs back to the Wiz, because we know the Wiz ain't moving. And that's that portal cleared. Fully admit, not the most efficient play style. Certainly better ways to go about this, but this is the way I personally like playing. Crazy as it is. To me, it's fun. Last one's all sorts of fire coming out of the portal. We'll chill them down with little Marrows action, and that's the field clear. Picked up a normal treasure and a risky treasure for our troubles. And a wandering battle. Pair of goblin wizards, let them both get in place, and then one Marrows to take out the pair. Last minute frost armor, and to the dungeon we go. Fairy Zorb exploring the map. This time we are going full clear. And instead of switching off every time we run into a different monster while we're in the dungeon, we'll just alternate stabs each floor. So floor 1's going to the Caduceus Rod, and then we'll switch to the Staff of Truth in floor 2. So forth and so on until we get our treasure. Excellent start as we run into a sled dog and a goblin whiz already. Immature egg there. Just a treasure chest here. Ooh, there's a Shining Eyes. So having Pharidon, very useful actually. Had I had noticed it sooner, the first thing I was actually drawn to was the sled dog, which is why I hit Marrows. But cool to see, in fact, that there are going to be some darkness monsters here. One of the questions that came up a week or two ago was whether the monsters played directly into the field type, whether they were sort of one-to-one, and not really. It's more the level range that's going to give you the monsters, at least from my understanding. I'm sure there is some small variable in the appearance. Because this game just has too many little nuances for that not to factor in. Another treasure chest here. That just leaves one portal left in the first. Let's see what we got here. Sled Dog. Ah, there was a Shining Eyes behind it, and I missed my second chance for Ride-On. My apologies, folks. I didn't even notice it because I was so focused on the Sled Dog. Did get a nice close-up shot of it, though. So that's one floor in the books. Time to re-up buffs and change weapons. Vulcan, Yarthkins, and Rhynak. Oh yeah, that's right. I had Organzot because I had the Caduceus Rod. Turns out I wasn't casting for Rhydon no matter what. It would have been Organzot. I did have Lancier, which I could have gone with. If there is a floor 3 here, I suppose I should make a concerted effort to cast Lancier, but that looks like a statue room, and that it's not going to happen. That looks like a treasure chest, so nothing's getting cast here. Just Vulcan the Squilla Demon. Okay, this time I'm starting with Faridon just to get it cast. Lightning from the sky, and we target the Shining Eyes. That was actually kind of nice. Squilla Demon gets away, so it gets an up-close and personal visit from our friend Vulcan. Just like that, that portal's taken care of. Couple more in here on this branch. I'm going to throw a Rhynak out. Then I'm going to throw a Vulcan out to take care of the Squilla Demons. It's actually going to take care of all 3, and then Rhynak will finally finish up now that the battle is already over. Yarthkins just for the heck of it. Goblin Wizard and Shining Eyes down. Gale Breath acquired, and we are making our way back to where the road diverged. Three Shining Eyes, and they're all getting the lightning bolt treatment. Lancier never actually made it onto the stream here. But we did get a good amount of spell damage in. One more for Rhydon. See if we can't get these Squilla Demons fairly close. And yeah, one Vulcan takes out the pair. So there we go. Cleared it, and looks like we'll just manage to get this stream done in under an hour. Not too bad for 2 dungeons. One being rather time-consuming for reasons that defy explanation. That said, I do hope you enjoyed this, and if nothing else, this serves as a unique look at one of the most Dothack features in Fragment, the seasonal events just popping up out of nowhere. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, thanking you for checking this out. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, take care and hope you are well. We'll see you around.